What if I told you that the US Navy once conducted an experiment so terrifying that it defied the very laws of physics? An experiment that made an entire warship disappear, teleport across hundreds of miles, and left its crew forever changed? This is the Philadelphia experiment, a story that has haunted historians, scientists, and conspiracy theorists for decades. Was it a revolutionary military test gone horribly wrong, or one of the greatest hoaxes in American history? Tonight, we uncover the truth. The year is 1943. The world is deep in the horrors of World War II. The US Navy is desperately searching for an advantage over its enemies. According to the legend, scientists working on Project Rainbow were experimenting with electromagnetic fields, the kind theorized by none other than Albert Einstein. Their goal? To render a naval ship completely invisible to enemy radars, and maybe even to the human eye. The chosen vessel for this experiment? A US Navy destroyer escort, the USS Eldridge. But what was meant to be a groundbreaking discovery soon turned into a nightmarish horror story. The supposed mastermind behind the experiment was Dr. Franklin Reno, a physicist allegedly working on secret US military projects. Some claim he was inspired by Einstein's unified field theory, a theory suggesting that gravity and electromagnetism could be manipulated to distort space and time. But there was another name tied to this event, a mysterious man named Carlos Miguel Allende. Years later, he sent letters claiming that he witnessed the entire event, watching in horror as the ship vanished, only to reappear in a completely different location. Was he a whistleblower, or just another man spinning a wild story? October 28, 1943. The USS Eldridge is docked at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. Crew members, unaware of what is about to happen, stand at their stations. The order is given. The generators are powered up. Suddenly, an eerie green fog begins to engulf the ship. Eyewitnesses claim that a strange electrical charge ripples through the air, and then, in the blink of an eye, the USS Eldridge is gone. No ship, no crew, only empty water where a massive destroyer once floated. But the real horror was yet to come. The experiment didn't just make the ship disappear, it teleported it more than 300 kilometers away to Norfolk, Virginia. According to witnesses, the ship reappeared for a few minutes, then vanished again, instantly rematerializing back in Philadelphia. But something was horribly wrong. Crew members were in agonizing pain. Some were fused into the metal of the ship, their bodies half inside bulkheads and floors. Others were driven insane, speaking incoherent words, as if they had seen something beyond human understanding. And then, there were those who simply disappeared forever. The Navy immediately classified everything. The crew was never seen again, allegedly sent to psychiatric hospitals. Any records of the experiment? Erased. USS Eldridge? Relocated to Greece in the 1950s. For decades, the government denied everything. But then, in 1955, a strange book titled The Case for the UFO was published by Morris K. Jessup. Inside, someone had scribbled strange notes in the margins. The handwriting? Believed to be none other than Carlos Miguel Allende, the man who first exposed the Philadelphia experiment. Skeptics argue that the entire story is a fabrication. The USS Eldridge's logbooks show no record of such an experiment. No physical evidence has ever surfaced. And Carlos Miguel Allende? He later admitted to exaggerating parts of his story. But then, why do so many witnesses claim to have seen something that day? Could the experiment have been real, but covered up by the government? Or was the truth simply too terrifying to reveal? Some believe the experiment was actually part of an early version of the Montauk Project, another secret military program rumored to involve time travel. Others suggest it wasn't about invisibility at all, but rather a failed attempt at teleportation that went terribly wrong. And then there's the most chilling theory of all. The ship did disappear, but not just from Earth. Some claim it was briefly transported to another dimension, a place outside our reality, where it encountered something beyond human comprehension. Despite official denials, the Philadelphia experiment remains one of the most talked about conspiracy theories in history. It inspired movies, books, and even modern discussions on quantum physics and parallel universes. But the real question is, what if it wasn't just a story? What if we only scratched the surface of what really happened? So, what do you think? Was the Philadelphia experiment a military cover-up or an elaborate hoax? Could science really bend space and time? Or was this just a misunderstanding that spiraled into legend? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love mysterious, unexplained events, don't forget to subscribe, because we have even more mind-blowing secrets coming your way.